In today's video, I want to show you a very fantastic indicator that I found on TradingView platform. To add this wonderful indicator to our chart, here we click on indicators and we search ACE Spectrum. We add this one. This indicator uses Monte Carlo sampling method for projecting these lines based on past data. The Monte Carlo simulation is a mathematical technique that predicts possible outcomes of uncertain events. Actually, this method analyzes past data and predicts a range of future outcomes, and this indicator has turned these complex ideas into a simple indicator, as you can see, with just a very easy adjusting for settings based on only one parameter, which is actually the look back period. When you increase the look back period, it uses more information from the past and it kind of makes the lines more stable and less sensitive to short-term volatility, but this is in the expense of losing the more current condition of the market when we actually enlarge the span of look back period. And when it's decreased, more recent data are used in the calculation of this indicator, so these projections are actually more sensitive to recent data. We continue with the default setting, which is 20. Alright, so now let's see what actually this indicator does and how it helps us in trading. This indicator is an indicator for looking at the log trends of assets. What does this mean? Some assets like Bitcoin or some stocks like Apple, they have experienced exponential growth over time, continuously or repeatedly in some periods of time. For example, this is the price chart of Bitcoin, and if you have ever looked at the price chart of Bitcoin in longer time frames, definitely you've seen how it has increased exponentially. Let me turn off this indicator and also log chart, and the time frame is also weekly. Now you can see how Bitcoin experienced exponential growth. One time was here, another time here. This was the recent explosive increase of price for Bitcoin, then sharp decline, again sharp advancing of the price, and from here it's declining sharply up to the present time. When we are dealing with these kinds of assets where the price moves exponentially, it's recommended to use a log chart, which in TradingView platform you can turn it on from here. By doing so, you can have the price chart in a linear direction. Let me turn off the log again to see how it's different. Alright, please pay attention that here in log chart, the price scaling has just went through log transformation to give us a linear direction of the price. For example, here you can see that I can draw a trend line like this. And then you can see that the price slowed down, and I can draw another trend line like this in a lower angle, which fits the price chart. But when I turn off the log chart and go back to the absolute value, the lines change to exponential lines because the price was actually increasing exponentially. Let's go back to log chart and let me remove the drawings. Alright, now to look at the log trends of this asset, this indicator, not just a trend lines based on highs and lows, but a projection based on Monte Carlo sampling. You can see that from the past up to the present time, we have every possible trend channel with its projection into the future. These ones that are thicker are the major ones. For example, you can see that this major one was broken here, creating another major channel on a lower angle and so on. And the thinner channels are the minor ones. For example, here you can see that when this major channel was broken, we got some downside channels on different angles, which are showing the movements of the price in this direction. Each of these downside lines are actually playing as a possible trend line for this movements of the price. Please pay attention that this indicator should be used on log chart because the exponential lines on absolute charts are linear lines on log chart, as I showed you by the help of this marker tool earlier. This indicator is more useful in longer time frames for having a linear projection of the price for the assets that have exponential growth. In other words, it helps us to identify different major or minor trends of the market. But it's not only limited to this purpose, and you can use it on a lower time frame when you're trading on these time frames. In times that, for example, the market was growing exponentially, this can help you with linear trends of the market, and in other situations where there is no difference between log chart and absolute chart, it's still useful for identifying major and minor trends of the market. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video and good luck with your trading.